Far below the sunlight, where the ocean becomes almost completely black, one predator carries its own lantern. It does not race through blue water like a tuna. It does not need reefs, bright coral, or daylight. The deep-sea anglerfish waits in darkness, using a tiny glow to turn emptiness into a hunting ground. To understand this animal, we first have to leave the ocean most people imagine. Near the surface, sunlight feeds algae, plankton, reefs, fish, turtles, dolphins, and whales. The water is blue busy and connected to the sky, but that bright layer is only the beginning of the ocean's true depth. As we descend, blue light begins to fade. Colors disappear one after another. Red is lost first, then orange and yellow, until even the idea of color becomes weak. The ocean changes from a sunlit world into a dim twilight, and then into a midnight zone where sunlight no longer guides life. The sunlight zone is the upper ocean, where plants and algae can still use light. Below it is the twilight zone, where faint blue light remains but photosynthesis becomes impossible. Deeper still is the midnight zone, a cold and dark region where many deep-sea anglerfish and other strange predators live. Down here, darkness is not the only challenge. Pressure rises with every meter of depth. Temperatures are low. Food is scattered. A passing meal may be separated from the next one by long stretches of waiting. In this place, survival is not about speed or strength alone. It is about saving energy. Food in the deep sea often falls from above as marine snow, tiny pieces of dead plankton, waste, mucus, and drifting organic matter. It looks delicate, but it feeds entire communities. For predators, however, this slow rain is not enough. They depend on rare encounters with prey moving through the dark. That scarcity shapes bodies. Many deep-sea animals look strange because the deep ocean rewards unusual solutions. Huge eyes, tiny eyes, transparent skin, black bodies, red bodies, long jaws, soft stomachs, and glowing organs are not random designs. They are tools created by evolution under pressure, hunger, cold, and isolation. Anglerfish are not one single kind of fish. They belong to a larger order of fishes called Lophiiformes, a group known for modified fin spines used like fishing rods. Some anglerfish live in shallow water, hidden on sand or reef bottoms. Others live in the deep sea, where darkness changes everything. Shallow water anglerfish can be masters of camouflage. They may rest on the seafloor, blending with rocks, weeds, or sand, and they often use a lure to tempt prey in clearer water. Deep-sea anglerfish follow the same basic idea, but in a world where a lure can become a point of living light. The first sign of a deep-sea anglerfish is not always its body. Imagine a single dot moving in black water, small enough to look harmless, bright enough to be noticed. It drifts, trembles, and pulses. To a hungry animal in the dark, that dot can look like food, a signal, or a chance. Only after the light comes the shape behind it. A shadow. A round body. A huge mouth. Teeth like white needles. The anglerfish seems frightening because we meet it through human eyes, but every part of that silhouette has a purpose. It is not evil. It is a specialist built for an unforgiving world. The glowing lure is called an esca, and it sits at the end of a modified fin spine called an illicium. In simple words, the fish has turned part of a fin into a fishing rod. At the tip of that rod, the glowing lure becomes the bait, moving just in front of the mouth. Bioluminescence means living light. Some animals make light through chemical reactions inside their own bodies. In many anglerfish species, the glow is linked to light-producing bacteria living in the lure. The fish provides the bacteria a protected place, and the bacteria produce light that helps the fish attract prey. This is not decoration. In the deep ocean, light is information. A flash can warn, confuse, attract, hide, or communicate. For the anglerfish, light becomes a trap. It creates a tiny point of interest in a world where most things are invisible until they are very close. Small fish, shrimp-like animals, or other prey may approach the glow because they mistake it for something edible or interesting. In darkness, curiosity can be dangerous. The lure does not need to chase them. It only has to bring them within striking distance of a predator that has been waiting almost motionless. The anglerfish's mouth is enormous for a reason. In the deep sea, prey may be rare, and a predator cannot afford to ignore a large meal just because it is awkward to swallow. Wide jaws turn more encounters into possible meals. The mouth is a net, a door, and a trap all at once. The teeth also have a job. They are sharp and often point inward, helping stop prey from backing out once the jaws close. This matters because a missed meal can be costly. In a habitat where chances are scarce, the body is shaped to make one brief moment count. Many deep-sea predators live by patience. Fast swimming burns energy, and energy is hard to replace. The anglerfish can hover, rest, or drift slowly, letting the lure do the work. Instead of searching every direction, it waits for the ocean to bring an opportunity close enough to catch. That is why its hunting style feels slow and sudden at the same time. For most of the scene, almost nothing happens. The body hangs in the dark. The lure moves gently. Then, when prey crosses the invisible boundary, the mouth opens and the moment is over in a flash. Ambush hunting is not laziness, it is efficiency. A predator that waits uses less energy than one that constantly chases. In shallow water, speed can be a solution. In the deep sea, stillness can be a solution. The anglerfish turns patience into a hunting strategy. Even the stomach can be part of this strategy. Some deep-sea predators can handle meals large compared to their own bodies. An expandable stomach means that when a rare opportunity arrives, the animal can store a valuable meal instead of being limited to tiny prey only. This does not mean the anglerfish is a giant monster. Many deep-sea anglerfish are small, and some famous species are much smaller than people imagine. Their dramatic appearance comes from proportions: a large head, wide jaws, visible teeth, and a glowing lure. The design looks extreme because the environment is extreme. The deep ocean also changes reproduction. Finding food is hard, but finding a mate can be even harder. In the black water, individuals of the same species may be spread far apart. There are no bright reefs, no crowded nesting grounds, and no easy meeting place. In some deep-sea anglerfish groups, females are much larger than males. The female carries the lure and does the hunting. The tiny male has a different problem to solve. His challenge is not to become a powerful predator. His challenge is to find a female in a huge dark ocean. When a male finds a female in some species, he attaches to her body. Over time, in certain groups, their tissues and blood supply can become connected. Scientists call this sexual parasitism, but it is best understood as an extreme solution to an extreme problem: rare encounters in an enormous dark habitat. This strategy sounds strange to us because we live in a world of constant contact and easy visibility. In the deep sea, meeting another animal of the same species can be unlikely. Attachment means that once a male finds a female, the pair does not have to find each other again. Not all anglerfish reproduce in exactly the same way. It is important not to say that every male permanently fuses with a female. Anglerfish are diverse, but in some deep-sea lineages, this unusual attachment strategy shows how strongly the environment can shape life, behavior, and even bodies. The more we learn, the less the anglerfish feels like a monster. Its appearance is not a costume made to scare humans. It is a record of deep-sea rules written into flesh: save energy, attract prey, hold on to rare meals, and solve the problem of distance. Deep-sea animals often look alien because our idea of normal comes from sunlight. We are used to animals that move through visible landscapes, chase food in open water, or hide in colorful habitats. The midnight zone is different. Their shape follows darkness, and beauty becomes harder for us to recognize. Black and red bodies can hide in deep water because red light does not travel far. Large mouths can handle uncertain meals. Thin bodies can save energy. Slow movement can prevent waste. A glowing organ can become a signal, a lure, or a language. The anglerfish is one example in a much larger world. Dragonfish, lanternfish, squid, jellyfish, shrimp, and countless tiny organisms also use light in the deep. Some use it to confuse predators. Some use it to find partners. Some use it to disappear against a faint glow from above. This matters because the deep sea is not empty. It is the largest living space on Earth, but much of it remains difficult to observe. Every expedition that sends cameras into the dark reminds us that the ocean is not just a surface. It is a vertical world with many hidden layers. The anglerfish's lure also changes how we think about light itself. At the surface, light is everywhere. It pours down from the sun and fills the day. In the deep sea, light becomes rare enough to be powerful. A single glow can change the behavior of nearby animals. That is the genius of the lantern trap. The anglerfish does not need to illuminate the ocean. It only needs enough light to create curiosity. It does not need a bright beam or a chase. It needs a small moving signal placed exactly where a hungry animal should not go. Behind the lure waits the mouth, and behind the mouth waits the slow economy of deep sea life. Every movement, every strike, every swallowed meal is part of a budget. The animal spends little, waits long, and invests everything in the moments that matter. When humans see the teeth, we often think of horror. But the teeth are not cruelty. They are insurance. They reduce the chance that prey escapes after a rare approach. In an environment where a lost meal can mean long hunger, even a small improvement can matter over generations. When humans see the tiny males, we often think of strangeness first, but that story is also about distance. In a place with so few meetings, evolution can reward a solution that would seem impossible in a crowded reef. The deep sea rewrites what survival can look like. The anglerfish is therefore not just a fish with a glowing lure. It is a lesson in adaptation. It shows how darkness can shape light, how hunger can shape jaws, how isolation can shape reproduction, and how an animal can become perfectly matched to a place that seems impossible. There is also a quiet warning in its story. The deep ocean may feel far away, but it is connected to the surface through food, carbon, currents, and human activity. What sinks from above feeds the depths. What happens above can eventually reach the darkness below. We are still learning how many deep-sea species live, feed, migrate, and reproduce. Many are known from rare sightings, museum specimens, or brief camera encounters. The anglerfish reminds us that mystery is not the same as fantasy. The animal is strange, but it is real. That reality makes it more beautiful, not less. A fictional monster can be designed however we want. A living anglerfish has to work. Its lure must glow. Its jaws must close. Its body must save energy. Its reproductive strategy must solve distance. Every strange feature has passed through the test of survival. Now, return to the black water. The camera light fades. Marine snow drifts like slow stars. Somewhere ahead, a tiny glow moves by itself. It looks delicate, almost peaceful, but it belongs to an animal built by darkness, pressure, patience, and need. In sunlight, beauty is often colorful, soft, and easy to admire. In the deep sea, beauty can look different. It can be a tooth, a lure, a waiting body, or a strategy that seems impossible until the environment explains it. The anglerfish teaches us that nature does not create beauty only in bright places. It creates beauty wherever life is forced to solve problems. Far below the waves, where sunlight never reaches, one predator carries a lantern, and the darkness itself becomes part of its design.